Hello, hello. It's been a little bit since I recorded a video, and there has been a lot that's been happening. July has been wild. I mentioned that I was reading a chapter in a book called Radical Courage, and it is out now. You can get it on Amazon. It's the Kindle version right now, and we will be publishing the hard copies in the next couple weeks. But that is out, and not only did we become we became a bestseller in multiple categories and internationally as well. So your girl is a published best-selling author. Oh my gosh, like what is that? Like what? I just don't even have the words, because if you would have asked me at the beginning of the year if that was something that I thought that I could do, the answer would have been like, no, are you crazy? Are you kidding me? But yeah, so hey, something to check off the list of like things I've accomplished, and let me tell you that it feels great. It is Leo season. We just had the Leo new moon, and I am really embracing all of this, being seen, being heard, sharing my voice, and being vulnerable and being okay with it. And so I just pat myself on the back for that. What else? So I went to the beach a couple weeks ago, and we brought my dog on this trip, and I had been going through it, you guys. Like my nervous system just was like freaking out, and not because of the trip itself. Well, maybe it was the trip, I'm not sure, but I just for a couple weeks had just felt really thrown off, and I think it has to do with like my routine and it being summertime, and so like I didn't have kind of the same schedule as usual, and just like trying my best to keep it together. And anyways, so we go on this trip to the beach, and we take my dog, and he's like not used to traveling like that, and also having extra people in the house. So he was acting a little bit weird, which was like, okay, I understand, because I felt a little bit weird too. And when we came back from the trip, that day he had not eaten before we left, and when we got home he drank a ton of water, and then he just threw it all up, and I was like, dude, what is happening? And then the next day he again was not eating, which I was like, that's not right. He always want to be eaten. He always hungry, and he was just drinking little bits of water at a time because he kept throwing up. And later that evening he was really lethargic, and so we're like, something's not right. And so my husband took him to the emergency clinic, and sure enough, he had eaten something he wasn't supposed to, and he had an obstruction in his intestine, and so he needed to have emergency surgery. And yeah, so I was going through my own thing. I was really stressed out about it. I was like, I'm not ready to say bye to another animal right now. And because I haven't talked about this, but I had a kitty cat named Loki, and last year I had to make the decision to put him down, and so that came up for me a lot, especially because we took Jake to that same clinic. And anyways, he had the surgery, and thank God, like, we have access to a place that was able to do this, to take care of him, that was my takeaway, and that was a really big shift for me, because in the past I would have just made the decision based on, well, we can't afford it, we don't have the money. And this was a $10,000 vet bill, by the way, but I am no longer subscribing to that not having enough. I'm like, whatever it takes. I am making the choice. I'm making the choice to help my dog, and I don't care. I don't care, whatever it takes to help him. And so it's been a couple weeks since then. He came home. The surgery went well, And like when we saw him the next day, he was just like so happy to see us, and he was just like so back to his normal self. And yeah, so we've already like taken off the cone off of him, and he's doing so much better. And oh my gosh, it was a whole ordeal, and I processed a lot, and I really released a lot of stuff too. I just had a lot of stuff come up. I've had a lot of stuff come up the past couple weeks. And then, and he's good now, by the way. So now, earlier this week, I should say, I went to Seattle, Washington. One of my dear friends from high school got married, and wow, that trip was a whole another thing too. Started with like a 3-hour flight delay. Hello, Mercury retrograde energy. And then getting there, and then going through the process to get a rental car, and then driving. Took 3 hours, got stuck in traffic, saw 3 accidents and 2 freaking fires while I was on the way. And it was just like this whole thing. It was just like, it felt like one hard thing after the other. And I was just like, no, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go see my friend, and I'm gonna, whatever it takes, you know, kind of that same energy. And maybe that's it. Maybe I've decided in my mind that it has to be hard, and I need to switch that to this gets to be easy. But anyways, I go to the place where they have the rehearsal dinner. I originally was planning to go stop by my Airbnb at first, but because traffic took so long, I wasn't able to. And it was just like, I was just so grateful. I was just so grateful to be there, to see him and his partner, and just, I got to talk with people. The food was so yummy. The view of the place that we were at was just so gorgeous. And, I'm just so grateful that I got to be part of it. And Seattle is so stunning, so beautiful. Like, it just felt so unreal to drive through all of that. And the Airbnb I stayed at was like this little farm, and it was so cute. And I just, like, there were so many things where I was like, wow, I love this in a way that I don't know how to explain. It just felt so homey. And I just felt like as soon as I got off the plane in Seattle, I was like, I just felt like I could breathe a sigh of relief, even though I don't know, just, I got off the plane and immediately saw queer people, and something about that was just like, oh, it's different here, you know. And I felt like, it's making me emotional thinking about it. Just like, I just felt okay, like, hey, you don't have to pretend, or you don't, like, you're safe here, it's okay. There's like a part of you that was scared, and you don't have to be here. And yeah, and then the fact that I got to go see my friend and his husband, now husband, you know, just being able to see queer love and joy. And of course, like, all of the guests and stuff were just like, wow, like, it was really nice to be in that space with a bunch of other, like, I don't know how to even explain it, like, weird people like me. And it was just so beautiful, and I'm so grateful that I got to go and experience that. And gosh, just Seattle, like, and Washington in general, just the greenery, the trees, all of that, just, I don't know. I don't know anything about astrocartography, but I have a feeling that I probably have a line that's going somewhere in Seattle, because, like, I just felt like so at ease over there, even with the crappy traffic and that whole adventure. I just felt different, and I'm like, I have to go back there. I want to go back there so bad. Not to mention, like, the low is in the 50s, and I'm like, bro, it's like 97 right now, and thank God the sun is not like beating down on me right now. But yeah, I just, like, it was just go. I didn't really have a time to sit and, like, absorb it all, you know. And then I got back, and then the next day I had meetings, and I jumped back into that. And then I had my open art studio, and I showed up for that. And I'm just like, also, that's when we got the news we made it to #1 bestseller with Radical Courage. And just, yeah, so the last couple of weeks have been a lot. And I'm just so grateful, because I'm in this place where I'm like, heck yeah, I did it. I freaking did it, you know? Like, I did it. I'm doing it. I'm proud of myself. Like, I just kept showing up and I kept doing it. And I just knew that things are going to happen. And I just feel it. I just feel it. And I've had people reach out to me and say, "Oh, I read your chapter and it touched my heart." And you know, I had a friend that I haven't seen in years say that she listened to my podcast and it helped her get through the day. And you know, it's just things like that where I'm like, I know that being vulnerable and sharing my story can help people. And I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. And so I guess that's all. That's just a little update from me. And I hope that if you're watching this, like, I hope that if you felt like you've been going through some stuff, you're not alone. You know, you can leave me a comment, and I'm also opening up the Astral Aunties community. I just want to build this space for other people to get together so we can cheer each other on through life. And you know, I still don't know all the details of like how to make it all work and make it pretty and all this stuff, but that's where I am and that's where I'm building things, and I'm just gonna keep showing up. And yeah, so that's all for now, and sending y'all so much love.